Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 here, working on the John Deere X300. First order of business is to get the new oil filter. It's a B1405 Baldwin filter. Get that put on. Okay. Pop-Up, how much oil do you think this would hold? Pop-Up.
Maybe a quart? I don't know.
Okay.
You can look it up.
Yeah, I can. Well, it has a filter, so it should at least hold a quart. Put some new oil in.
Dipstick in it?
A dipstick?
Yeah, you can check it.
Yeah. Now that I've put oil in here, it is time to check the level. Which it says it's way over full, but that's probably because the dipstick hit the side of the tube that I just dumped the oil in. Okay. You really probably don't have to screw that in. Looks like we need a little bit more oil, from what I can see. Okay, I'll be back with y'all here in a minute. Okay, so another thing I like to do is I like to mark the date on the oil filter. So this is 1/ can't remember what is today's date. I'm sorry, I remember what today's date was. 26. And then another thing I like to check the hours, but however I'm not going to be able to do that until I put the battery back in. So we'll get that done. Okay, I am sorry for all those of you that are watching. I forgot to show you. I turned this on 2 notches. The lights weren't on, but I read the hours. 1327.7. So then what I did, I took a white marker and I wrote that on the oil filter. I don't know if it's going to show up. 27. Didn't turn out the best down there. Let me redo that. 1, 3, 2, 7. Yep, I got it all marked on there. Okay. So now I had the camera off, I added oil and checked it more, but it's ready to check again. Let's see what we got. Now I don't suppose you'd have to screw this down in, but I do. Okay, we got oil. Where are we at? The add mark. So it needs more oil. So let's put some more in it. To you guys, it probably looks like that's going right out on the ground. Now, according to Google, this holds 1.8 quarts. So I don't know. We're going to add a good bit because it was only at the add mark. If I'm thinking right, I can't think exactly how much to be. Let's see. Almost full now. A little bit more. And we will be full. There, okay. I believe that ought to do it. Now, just don't do what I just did. Just drop the dipstick on the dirty floor. Yeah, please don't do that. Do not follow what I do. We are full. Now there's some people that say you should start and let it run for a second. Check it, let me find out here. Okay, so we are going to start this and then we're going to check the filter. Let it run here for a couple of minutes. See how it starts today. Wow. Fired right up. Not too bad. Yep. Okay. It's running good. I think that ought to be long enough to let it build oil pressure. Okay, let's see what we got right here. Hold on, let me grab my rag. It fell. Here. We got, according to this, we're full, but I don't think that we are. I think that the dipstick hit the side of the okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could use just a little bit more oil by looking at that. Okay. Oh yeah, I should wipe the stick off. Duh. Okay. And we are, the camera's probably not picking it up for some reason, but we're almost right up at the full mark. So that's good. Okay, now let's move on to the next thing. I think I should get this tub of oil out of here. Yeah, that's how much came out of it. I think it was time for that oil to be changed. Okay, I caught my grandfather's pipe up here. There's orbital sander, which is what I wanted to do. Clean this up a little bit so we can spray some new paint on here. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's moving up pretty good.
Take a wet rag and wipe that dust off.
Here, you want to do right there a little bit. Okay, I do not know if this is going to work or not. We're going to try to take this off. Here. There we go. So that just Apparently that just pops down in there. But the reason for taking that off is I could see some of this rust under there. Let me clean this up so see that a little bit better. Okay, this is really not as bad as I thought it was, but I think that I'm going to wire wheel to about here and maybe here, depending on where the rust stops. So I'll bring y'all back here in a couple minutes. Okay, so I got that cleaned up with the grinder and wire wheel. I didn't realize that where the paint was stuck on that solid that there was still some it was just bare metal underneath. I didn't know how far it rusted in, but it didn't go far. So let's use this orbital on here. Well, that's not going to work. Sorry about that. I knocked the camera and I cut what I was filming. I think I need to replace the pad on the orbital. Okay, I got a new pad here on the orbital. Let's try this now. There we go. Okay, so I got that buffed down so we can do that now. Okay, now this other foot pleat's going to be a little bit more involved because of these pedals. I'm sure how these come off, but we'll get it figured out here. Okay, so the direction pads, foot pads that are on the pedals just pull off like that. Okay, so I got the okay, so anyways, once you get the covers off the pedals, just take a screwdriver. Upholstery tool would be better, but as you guys can believe, I probably don't have one. Or if I do, I can't find it, so screwdriver will do the trick. And once you get it so far, you can normally just pull them right out and then work it around these pedals here somehow. We'll figure this out. I'll get figured out here. Once again, I forgot to get the camera out. Anyways, I took the one blade off. Nothing spectacular, but I'm going to take the other one off and show you all if my camera will stay. There. Okay, there you go. Okay. And penetrating oil helps a lot. Okay. Got the blades off. Now I can sharpen him up. See, they're kind of dinged up. We're going to sharpen him up here. Probably not in this episode, but the next episode. But I figured I'd get them off a while. Okay. So now, let's get some primer sprayed. I'm going to shake the can so I'm going to turn the camera off. Okay, I just tried to put the cart in front of the horse here. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, we were going to tape up this right here. Get the idea. Okay, so like I did here on the mower deck, I masked, covered anything I didn't really want to paint. Now you guys are going to ask me, how are you going to do around the seat without getting hit? And the answer is, well, when I want to paint back here, I'll flip it front, and when I want to paint up here, I'll push it back. That's simple. So next clip I'm going to be primering some stuff probably. Okay, let's primer where the foot plate mat goes. God, there's dust here. We'll just move that out of the way. Really, I should clean that up better, but I think that's good enough. So let's get primering. Doesn't primer ever look ugly on something that's supposed to be green? Oh well. Do that. Do a little spot right there, so I mask that off. I don't know if I mentioned or not, but yeah, I did. Never mind. So we'll just keep spraying on the red primer and getting things ready. Right here. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to spray some yellow on where we primed the mower deck in part 1. If you haven't seen that episode, check it out. Now it looks like, to me, we're doing a lot more painting than we are primering. I did primering. As I mentioned in part 1, I'm not a professional, so we're just spraying on some yellow paint. Probably can't see. Okay, I think that everybody gets the idea of that, so I'm going to quit recording for now. Okay, now time for John Deere Green. Time for John Deere Green. That's what we're doing. Probably gonna take a couple coats of this just really to look good. There we go. Across the back right here. I don't know how well you can see. But anyways, so now, got a little bit to do over here. Now this may need a second coat, but yep, I think this is kind of the Joe Diffie color right here. John Deere Green. If you guys don't know who Joe Diffie was, he was a country singer who died of COVID back in 2020, I believe. I know he died of COVID, I just can't think what year that was. Okay. I think that's looking a lot better already. Now, oh, I got one place to spray green, I see. Yep. I don't know if this green's going to exactly match what's there, but I think it's going to be close enough. So anyways, with that, I thank you all for watching part 2 here. And part 3, hopefully this project will be finished up. Well, everybody, I just got done spraying some paint and primer. Well, I put yellow paint on the mower deck. Do some primer where the foot plates were on this. They made these things clip in. It rusted underneath of them. And so anyways, I just thought that the John Deere green was reminded me of that Joe Diffie song. So, yep, okay. Thank you all for watching.